But I do think it's interesting for the character. I do think it gives them all kinds of things to do. And as it was sci-fi, you never know. You know, you never know what's going to happen, or if he's going to come back and be evil, or I don't know. He's not supposed to, but you never know. So I'm excited to see what happens next. Project Ares really starts something completely new, and I think having that power behind our tiny little group is really exciting. It gives them something to draw from. I mean, they've got nuclear weapons.
Were you excited to get that finale script and see things ramp up?
Yeah, I was, but I was excited in the last 6. I got really excited for the last 6 episodes. I really felt like they were strong, they were committed, they were exciting for most of us to play. Almost every character had something interesting to do, and I like that. Like, that's what I want. I want active, I want vicious, I want people struggling with their moral compass. I want those things. I don't want us sitting around talking, which I've said, and I'm sure they wish I'd stop. But I don't want that. I want it to be as action-packed and as exciting as we can make it, because it's sci-fi. Let's just take it there. I mean, if we can accomplish anything and imagine anything, let's do it.
So now Father Jack is no longer Father Jack. He's no longer a man of the cloth, and there's some pretty good chemistry there.
I know.
I'm just saying, season 3, there might be a little bump chicka bomb bomb.
There should be.
I think so, too.
He said, Joel said something wonderful to me. He goes, you know, pretty good at that stuff. And there's a scene that they never shot. We shot that they never showed, where Father Jack moves in, and he just gets really close. And he looks at her, and she's like, whoa. Okay. So we shot it, and it was really fun. But what you have mainly is him. He's a guy, you know, like, he's a man. You have him coming in and me being all like, yeah, whatever, come on in, and he gets a little close, and I'm like, sorry, this is awesome. Do it again. So yeah, there's got to be something there.
Right.
I mean, they cut every single. We had far more romantic tension scenes, and they're all cut, so they should be in the DVD somewhere.
Do you have this much fun on everything you work on?
I do.
Even Law and Order SVU, which I still can't stop thinking about.
I know, it's pretty creepy.
So nice to see you normal again.
Well, she was, 8 years old, so it's hard to watch a grown woman, 41 now, 41-year-old woman be 8 years old. It's you kind of really, Arrested Development is a scary, scary thing. That was for a different reason, in that Jeremy and I were having a wonderful time playing together, because it was so emotional, and because she's lying to him. Do you know what I mean? She's lying to him the whole time, but it's like he came in and all of a sudden he was the guy. She just wanted to be near him and would do anything to be near him, and I thought that was fascinating. So yes, it was fun in a different way, but was I bubbly? No. I think the first 2 days Jeremy and I worked together, he was like, oh God. It's just so completely just respectful. I mean, this is a real person. These things happen. Do you know what I mean? This is a person who is modeled from an actual person in life who has been victimized to this degree. It's nothing to laugh about. It's nothing to joke about. It's nothing for anything except for to just honor it as much as you possibly can, which is what I tried to do.
Does doing a show like that and the heavy nature and the real nature of it, does it make you appreciate jobs like these?
Yeah, where I'm just a laugh a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
And you can smile.
You can smile because no one's being hurt. There's not an echo of people watching it who have been hurt, yes, it's a much different thing, and I'm a much different person doing it, yes. So is it relief? Yes, but it's also a kind of a wonderful thing to be able to delve into a character to such a degree where you're just there. Do you know what I mean? And it's real, and it's something that happens, and it's something that in your mind has happened to you because of the character that you're playing. Every actor is different, but in my way of thinking, you have to go there, and when you're doing real things, it's devastating. You leave and you want to start things so that you can stop it from ever happening to anybody. So yes, is it a break? Sci-fi, sure. Yeah, you bet.
Do you think Erica's gonna wish that she'd been maybe more honest with Tyler earlier on about everything that was going on?
I think she's gonna regret like crazy everything, but I don't think that's gonna stop her from doing what she needs to do.
Right.
I think that regret and guilt are massive motivators, and I think that in my way of thinking, as a mother, you basically get this done, take Anna down, and then I suppose kill yourself. I don't know what the options are. Your son's dead. You know what I mean? Not okay. Not remotely okay. And it would change you. It would deaden you, I would think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody who's met you knows that you're actually really funny. And you don't necessarily play characters that are funny. So in the hiatus of V, hoping for the renewal, are you?
Yeah.
You know, are you gonna? Josh Holloway's gonna be on Community.
I know. I'm so excited.
I mean,
and I did Law and Order.
Exactly. So, have you been, auditioning for any? Like, have you been asked to be on any comedies?
No, I haven't. I received some funny pilots, but I wasn't allowed to do them.
Right.
But they were funny, and I was so happy they thought of me. I was like, oh, great. Like, Hank Azaria's doing one.
Yeah.
They thought of me for that, and then Tim sent me his script for the one he's doing. So funny. And then Michael Chiklis one came in. So funny. Like, they were all fantastic. But I can't do anything.
Right.
So.
Because you're waiting on pins and needles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know me.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a pins and needles
No.
girl, but it is interesting. I'm actually kind of glad. I mean, I would think that after a while people would just start to get really sick of you. So it's probably good that I'm off the market. it's like dating in the same pool for a really long time. So yeah.
Were you defensive about the finale of Lost, or were you beyond it at that point?
Oh, I don't know that beyond it. It's just so not my. I didn't have anything to do with whether it was what people wanted or what they didn't. But I liked it. I have a sense that that mystery should stay mystery. And I didn't feel like it was a cop-out. But I completely get how people feel. There were a lot of things I was curious about. And every day I'll be like, what about that? Why did that smoke monster take Juliet's picture? What happened there? So, I mean, I do sometimes have that, but I can also email Damon and be like, what's going on with this?
Does he still answer emails like that?
He's been a wonderful supporter and a really kind guy for me. So I don't ask much of him unless I'm actually really wanting it, because I feel like he's really busy. But yeah, he seems to answer when I ask, and I don't ask very often.
Right. So getting back to V for a second, do you feel like it could be good for your character to be defined less as a mother and more by other attributes?
I mean, I think whatever happens is that she will always be a mother. That's where her rage is going to come from. But I think that in the making of a warrior, it is interesting to see what makes a warrior. But how a warrior acts is how a warrior behaves, how a warrior acts is even more interesting. The backstory will be what it is, a backstory, and we'll know why. But I think the actual actions of her now, that she is a fully formed combatant warrior, whatever you think, are going to be far more interesting than just kind of watching a tug of war with your conscience, which is internal and has a little bit of a place on a show, but it's actually more, I think it's more fun to see the visceral.
Right.
It's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you had to play the odds, what do you think the chances you guys are going to get a third season?
Well, I kept saying it's impossible. Do you know what I mean? And then the DVR numbers kept coming back so strong, and then our numbers kept going up, and then we kept holding so steady. So I don't know. I mean, is 6 million with a 2.6 enough? I don't know. I mean, shows are getting far less and getting picked up, so I don't know. I know that our fans have stuck with us, and after that, I'm really grateful. Most of our fans are massively savvy. They're watching it, in DVR. They're watching it elsewhere. They're streaming it on YouTube. Whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I can't say I do those things, which I do. But I was just thinking, it's one of those things where it's hard to know, what we have. But I don't know. I just can't say. There seems to be I felt like the second half of our second season deserves a pickup. And I don't say that lightly. What I mean by that is it'd be fun to see. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was good. And I thought that it was worth seeing more of. And I didn't feel that way about the first season, so I'm very happy we got the second, and just imagine how good the third could be. So it's neat. Plus Scott's got some great ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Lost fans sent me a bunch of questions, of course.
Good, I'm glad.
And they would like to know if you could act again in another project with anyone from the cast, who would be, your top choices?
Oh, well, Matthew and I always said we were going to do a movie together, but Matthew and I just annihilate each other. We couldn't be more intense. So as a result, having us on a set might not be fun for anyone else, but we'd love it. Evangeline's one of my favorite people in the world, so to do some sort of a tremendous female bonding, fantastic, all-women, strong ensemble, awesome. We'd love that with her. She is an old soul and truly amazing. And then, I feel like, what Josh and I did was so kind of lovely. I almost don't really want to mess with that.
True.
Maybe when we're like 80.
Yeah.
We can do like something wonderful where it's just like us and we love each other, and we can do our own Golden Pond. That'd be great.
You can guest on Michael Emerson's new show.
Michael, please. I want to do a play with him.
Ooh.
That's what I want to do. And I want us to annihilate each other as well. I do. No, Michael and I can go to town, so that'd be great.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm in love with Terry, but I just want to date him.
I think there's a long line, actually.
I know.
Yeah.
Isn't he the sexiest guy? If you haven't met him, sometimes you're like, huh? And then you meet him and you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.